Quick, 6 relationship myths. Number 1,
There's no such thing as the one.
only the one in front of you. Number 2,
Happily ever after is bull.
number 3,
Chemistry equals sustainability or health in a relationship.
number 4,
Not fighting is a good thing.
number 5,
Your partner should complete you.
and finally number 6.
If it's right, it won't be easy.
Oh, those are the 6 relationship myths from Vanessa Bennett and John Kim. They take a different approach to dating and marriage by analyzing their relationship dynamic to give you clarity on yours.
It helps break down the misconception that therapists have the perfect relationships. Their new book is called It's Not Me, It's You. Break the blame cycle, relationship better. Vanessa and John join us live. Thank you both for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Hi, Larry. Hi, Robin. How are you?
Doing well. It's really interesting that you usually hear, it's not you, it's me. That's why we're breaking up. So you're saying, what are you saying that people are finding the wrong people and they're trying to not take blame on their own, or what is it in that title?
Well, the title was kind of a pithy way of putting the spotlight on what we experience as couples therapists, which is usually people come in, point the finger at their partner and say, fix them, something's wrong with them, it's their fault. And so really the entire book rests on the idea that we need to take ownership and it's time to break that blame cycle.
And if you are experts, yet you've both struggled in relationships, why do we listen to you? Why did you struggle so much if you have such great insight?
Because I think everyone struggles, including therapists. And, there's this misconception that therapists, because we went to therapy school and we, quote unquote, have tools, our relationships are perfect, and it's not true. And so the tone of the book is us coming with you, not at you.
You say there are 3 relationship killers, because you say fighting is healthy to a degree, but what are the things you can't come back from?
Yeah, assassinating characters, right? So like fighting unfairly. So it's not about how many times we fight, it's about how we fight. So we really have to learn how to fight without fighting. And it's stuff that we never learn, in high school, college, because we're learning geometry.
Algebra.
Yeah, things that we never use.
Yeah. And then I would say the other one, so the third one would probably be a lack of safety. So not feeling safe enough to express yourself or have the hard conversations or explore, where you all are growing as a partnership, et cetera.
So what is the right way to fight without being defensive, which I think always gets in the way?
Yeah, the short answer is try to understand before trying to be understood, because we are all busy coming in loaded and with our own angles and trying to change people to prove something instead of trying to understand them. And so when you have 2 people trying to do that, now the soil is rich for growth and there's safety and connection instead of, a giant crowbar pushing people apart.
And I will say too, it's hard, right? This is a practice. Most of us we still get defensive, but it's really important to remember that judgment and curiosity can't live in the same space. So if I come at my partner with curiosity, it's going to be really difficult for me to go into a place of judgment.
We've heard of red flags you should look for when if you're dating the same person all the time, but you say there are green flags. These are things you should look for when maybe you might have overlooked a person you're dating.
Yeah, abs and expensive cars are very, very green
flags.
I would say someone who takes ownership. To me, there's nothing sexier than someone who says, hey, you know what? This is my piece, something I want to work on. People who are defensive is obviously a red flag. So people who are continually taking ownership, and not just in intimate relationships, any relationship, right? Family, friends, all of it.
And I would say another one would be working on yourself. So somebody who's actually curious about looking inward and expanding and growing when it comes to their relational skills is another green flag for sure.
So
you got a third one?
Go ahead.
I would say one more, holding love instead of grabbing it. In my 20s, I thought grabbing love, if you go down, I go down with you, was very sexy and romantic. And I've realized that's unhealthy. So holding love with 2 hands instead of grabbing, if that makes sense.
Well, you guys seem real happy. How long have you been together?
2 weeks.
we just met. 5 years, actually.
Yeah,
5 years. And you said it took you a while to figure things out and find each other, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a lot of ambivalence from John. He was on a bit of a journey himself, and it was an interesting way to start the relationship because he was ambivalent and I was in a place where I I wanted to choose myself instead of kind of chasing somebody to choose me, which was a pattern that I had. So we were kind of presented with each other in a way to break a lot of our old habits and bad patterns.
Yeah, I was ambivalent because I was coming out of many relationships and I was trying to be single on purpose, as I say, and I wanted to do everything I didn't do in my 20s, you know, the one night stands and
Debauchery.
waking up with people you didn't like, all of that. But I didn't get far because Vanessa fell into my life. And
And the rest
You're
is
welcome.
history. Well, the book is It's Not Me, It's You. You can check out Vanessa and John on social media as well. Thanks for
Thanks,
joining
guys.
us.
thank you.
Thank you.